Who the hell was Arthur Schopenhauer? Arthur Schopenhauer was an influential German philosopher known for his philosophical pessimism and his focus on human suffering. This shit affects us all. So here is a summary of the key aspects of his philosophy. Will and representation. Schopenhauer argued that reality is composed of two fundamental aspects: the will and the representation. The will is a blind and impulsive force that drives all actions and desires of individuals. The representation refers to the world as we perceive it through our senses and minds. The principle of individuation. Schopenhauer claimed that individual existence and suffering are intrinsically linked due to the will. The will manifests itself in each individual and is expressed in their desires and needs, which inevitably lead to conflict and pain. Sorrow and pessimism. Schopenhauer maintained that life is full of suffering and that human desire is insatiable and unattainable. The temporary satisfaction of desires only leads to more desires and, ultimately, more suffering. Therefore, he considered life to be largely unsatisfactory and pessimistic. The denial of the will. Schopenhauer believed that liberation from suffering lies in the denial of the will, that is, in the renunciation of desires and the constant pursuit of satisfaction. This could be achieved through aesthetic contemplation, compassion, and adopting a detached attitude toward life. Influence on Nietzsche and Freud. Schopenhauer's philosophy influenced later thinkers such as Friedrich Nietzsche and Sigmund Freud. Nietzsche adopted the idea of the inherent suffering of life, but offered a more positive perspective by seeking self-overcoming through the eternal return and the will to power. Freud was inspired by Schopenhauer's conception of unconscious drives and internal conflict in developing psychoanalytic theory. Aesthetics and music. Schopenhauer also made significant contributions to the field of aesthetics, considering that the contemplation of artistic beauty, especially music, allowed people to temporarily escape the will and experience a state of tranquility. In summary, Schopenhauer's philosophy focuses on the nature of human suffering, the constant dissatisfaction of desires, and the search for liberation through the denial of the will. His pessimistic outlook and emphasis on the renunciation of desires influenced later philosophers and thinkers, and his work continues to be a subject of study and debate in contemporary philosophy. Now you know, imbecile, you'll have something important to say at dinner with your family.